Hello everyone, my name is Pastor Black and welcome back to the Broxer channel. In this new video, we're going to be showing you the Bleeding Edge game review. This game came out in 2020. It was developed by Ninja Theory and it was published by Xbox Game Studios, and it's an Xbox One exclusive. So let's jump right into it. Bleeding Edge may be a 4v4 brawler in that range attacks are secondary, but don't take that to mean that it plays like Ninja Theory's stylish DMC Devil May Cry. It awards timing, positioning, and cooldown management over twitch, skill, and fanciful 75 hit combo chains, and without a complex meta or satisfying combat, mostly riffs on the Overwatch but melee promise. Like Overwatch, Bleeding Edge includes diverse characters, abilities, counters, and strict role grouped by damage, tank, and support. The themes of self-augmentation and mobility inspire instantly cool characters like Buttercup, a biker who's basically a human motorcycle, and Kulev, a 125-year-old professor who achieved immortality by transferring his consciousness to a robotic viper that controls his zombified body. Every fighter has either melee or ranged basic attacks, 3 special abilities, and an ultimate. Most abilities don't have to be aimed, so winning big team fights is all about focusing damage in the right direction while capturing map objectives. A compelling byproduct of Bleeding Edge's focus on melee combat is the importance of verticality and movement as a way to avoid enemies and pick fights. The fighter Zero Cool is a mercy-like support with almost no offensive capacity. When enemies gank up on you, you have to stay close enough to heal allies and use his double jump to retreat to the high ground when things get hairy. And it's also fun to make a narrow escape from a bloodthirsty tank with 2 knives. Still, it's a thin layer of planning in what is otherwise a shallow meta. Part of the fun of hero games is theory crafting team compositions and potential counters that enemies won't expect. You won't notice that potential across Bleeding Edge's roster. Damage fighters feel more or less the same as tanks, but with less health. You can modify your playstyle a bit by equipping mods outside of matches. Right now, Bleeding Edge only has 4 maps and 2 mods. The King of the Hill type objective mods gives everyone a good reason to bundle up and duck it out, but things get messier in power cells, where teams run around the map collecting power cells and turning them into score point. The idea is to encourage teams to split up, but it's easier to stay grouped up and gank up on enemies to steal their cells. When you play alone, it is noticeable that it's harder to get teammates on the same page. Everyone will branch off to different corners of the map and get trussed by tanks. There is a pretty good ping mechanic that you can often use to rally the troops, but many won't listen or notice. Both mods are a little more exciting thanks to the environmental hazards that flank key objective sites. If you're not careful, you could get run over by a tank, blown up by rockets, or zapped by electric traps. Some character abilities like Buttercup's Reeling Chain can combo with these hazards by tossing enemies straight into danger. Bleeding Edge's melee combat should be its centerpiece, but it's pretty dull. You can sense faint echoes of DMC in Demon's beautiful sword strikes and Makoto's satisfying uppercut, but the fighting system is more or less smashing left click while waiting for abilities to come off cooldowns. It's no different from the basic right click attack in a MOBA, but Bleeding Edge is missing the deep item building and coordination that adds meaning to the team fight in Dota 2. There is no reason to split up, so every fight is 2 clashing blobs of color and particle effects. And some abilities in Bleeding Edge are so much like Overwatch that is distracting. The most noticeable culprit is Makoto, a tank character with suspiciously similar skill to Overwatch's Lucio. And there's also Gizmo, a damage hero that summons a pink melee with machine guns. Without an expansive metagame or fun combat, Bleeding Edge gets boring fast. Playing with friends on mics is more appealing, but groups are often much more likely to gravitate to a deeper game with more opportunities for our individual skills to shine. The bright side of Bleeding Edge's simplicity is accessibility. New players might have a hard time playing squishy support that can't fight back, but anyone with a hero game under their belt can read a fighter's description and quickly recognize the role. Things might be different if Bleeding Edge were free to play, but it's $30 on Steam if you are not an Xbox Pass subscriber. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell. And if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and tell me your thoughts on comments. I see you next time in the next video. Peace.